Stuff right here is called Fish and Chips, but I've used another brand by McCormick called Fish Fry, and basically these things come with their own instructions as to how to batter up your fish. Some people like to eat dried mix with their fish, so what you do is you don't add the egg, you don't add the water. Basically all you do is you just take the powder, you shake it into a pan like this one, and then once it's in the pan, you just dip your fish in there and you turn it around until you batter all sides of the fish. So you can use this, but you don't really have to. One option is that you could take some regular cooking flour. You could add some hot, hot pepper, and you could add a little bit of garlic. It all depends on what kind of taste you want out of your fish. I try not to make mine too salty. Okay, very simple video. For people who like to fry fish and they like to have a nice flavor in their fish, my recommendation, get yourself a nice large plastic bowl that has a nice seal tight plastic lid. Then what you do is you take your fish fillets wherever you got them. They can, obviously they're raw. You put them into the plastic. You can sprinkle a little bit of garlic into your fish. I like using Old Bay, but some people don't want that much salt and sodium. And then you can either use dry cooking wine, or you can use rum, or you can use beer. Some people like beer fried fish, but it all depends whether or not you're going to fry it dry or you're going to make a batter fried fish. So basically, I season it just a little to taste. Everybody does it differently. Then you cover it nice and tightly, and you stick it in your refrigerator and you let it thaw. You let it not only thaw, but you also let that those seasonings get into the fish itself overnight. So when you use salt, the salt's going to infiltrate the skin of the fish and it'll get right in there and it'll taste lovely. So don't use too much salt and your fish won't come out too salty. Then it's time to fry your fish after you put it into, after you thaw it out overnight. You take your fish fillets and you bread them in whatever you like to bread your fish fillets with. And then I like to use olive oil, so I put a thin lining of olive oil in the bottom of the pan, and then I bake or fried the fish. And I just fry it lightly, just enough to make sure the inside is done. Not too much frying. But once it's all done, it comes out, it's lovely. Absolutely lovely. And of course you use your spatula to give them a little flip just to make sure none of the sides burn. But it's very, very simple to make fried fish with these new tilapia packages. But just remember, you're going to hear a lot of people not like tilapia because a lot of it's farm raised in China. I can't say that I blame them, considering the environmental situations over there. But regardless how you get your fish, there's different ways to do it. But this is the way I like to season and fry mine. Paper towel in the bottom of your pan. You put your fish on top of the paper towel, and that helps eliminate a lot of the excess grease. It helps soak up, all that excess grease and fat that you don't want getting into your meal. So you just let it sit there for, give it about 10 minutes. The fish starts to cool down. It'll still be warm. But this way you can get the grease out of your fish. And, some people like it with some grease, some people don't. Some people want the dry taste, some people don't. So you really just do it to taste.